Welcome back, YouTubers, to my channel over in Everyday Life and Aspie. As you're fully aware, if you've been following me right now, I have been doing the mental health series awareness parts of my playlistings of the social anxiety series. In this up-to-date, basically, just to give you a lowdown, basically, I'll be doing 2 tags based on social anxiety, so bear with me. There'll be some differences here, which one will be obviously based on just questions about social anxiety in general, and obviously my life story with social anxiety versus the shyness that I want to address to you all today. However, as we know basically that we all will come to a stage in our life that we will want to share our stories and life experiences to maybe the social platform versus our family, friends, and everyone else when we feel the need and have to when that need arises. I've also been contemplating on this point of time, however, with you all about basically, you know, the happenings in my life in general. As you know, I have been open, honest, and real with you all, inviting you all on my life story and journey on this particular moment of time. Also, basically, that said, I thought basically of this word, you know, honesty, as in the title, honesty tag, you know, social anxiety versus, you know, and the shyness of my life story. And I define it as, for honesty, the quality of being fair and truthful, or fairness of conduct, as well as the adherence of facts, which is obviously leads into the word integrity. While I want to share with you all what's been on my heart and mind at the moment, along with the stories that you have already heard, and, you know, maybe on my videos or just in general with the ones that has actually got to know me outside the, you know, social media platform right now, you know, I thought to myself, I need to be real and transparent here into what I'm sharing. Obviously, these are my stories of what I've experienced and faced in my life. Regardless, some of you might be able to relate one way or another pretty much on what I'm sharing with you all, and I wanted to feel free to share what's on my heart, mind, as well as basically speaking what's on my mind right now to share with you all basically, and felt that, you know, despite these, you know, labels of anxiety, depression, and all these other clinical, you know, labels that I have been labeled as right now, that I felt to address to you all today, and just feel not to be judged or criticized in one way or another, instead of maybe being laughed at as well. You know, all thoughts aside, I thought, you know, sure, take that strength, you know, inner peace and everything that you have in you, Kieran, and actually have the courage to share your stories. So, and all further ado though, basically, I know that we all face, as I said, social anxiety and all these other clinical labels sometime in our life. Some people may laugh saying, oh, it won't happen to me, or whatever other thoughts that you're maybe thinking right now. But I wanted to think that, you know, yes, you guys may be able to relate to me somehow. Yet, many people I've socialized with in the past and present used to see me as a quiet, shy, young child, you know, basically, you know, silent, reserved, basically cool, calm, and collected to whatever was going on in my everyday life. I felt at that time, basically, as I was growing up, as I shared earlier in the piece, that, you know, what will people may think or say or do, you know, towards me or at me at that given moment if I did want to open up. I felt a bit, you know, out there thinking, yes, I was different. I was basically maybe labelled as weird. I was probably labelled as whatever other labels that many people tend to label me as those haters, as I call them, or bullies, basically came in my circle. You know, I thought at that stage though, while growing up, I started to at least try to get out of my bubble or nest of comfort, as I call it, to be bubbly, energetic young child as any child would wish to be, you know, or dream to be, you know, bubbly, energetic, being themselves, being able to do the things that kids would do. Growing up wasn't easy, as you'll know, as I've shared before, that like anyone else, I had my struggles, and I struggled a lot of everyday situations, such as social anxiety, depression, OCD, and the like, and to this day, now and again, I still do. Yet now I'm doing everything in my power and mindset to change this in myself. Now, more on my storyline, just to give you a brief overview of what I'm sharing with you all. I remember when I was a little young girl, basically, I was just, you know, trying to be so young and innocent, keeping out of trouble. you know, as normal kids would if they chose to. Being shy and reserved, like I said, that like anyone, I got bullied for a lot of reasons, and for whatever reasons, you know, that's their discretion of the haters and bullies around me at that time. I knew from the very beginning I was different, you know, and then I tried to blend in and fit in like any kid would dream to do, basically, trying to fit in and blend in. But then again, I got rejected by my peers, as well as others, maybe to this day, as well as in the past, laughed at me, you know, and putting me down with the labels, as well as some of the statements that many will hear today that I'm worthless, I'm hopeless, I'll come down to nothing, and the like many others would. You know, at that stage, I was trying to socialize as much as I could, as any young girl or boy would. You know, trying to find people who they can trust and make friends and make a connection with. I would say that I had a few friends, but not many. Some, maybe at that time, I wouldn't class as friends due to what was going on in my life, regardless. But then again, you know, as people would, you know, they would try and find anyone at that time to call it as friends as that label. Despite all this going on, however, at that time, I was going through a whirlwind of emotions and thoughts of, like many of you would, you know, face doubts and self-hate. It just did start to cloud over me with false perceptions of myself, of how I felt as myself, you know, as being different and whatever else. I didn't like people looking at me or pointing at me or looking over me as that shy and weird kid at school as I grew up. Transitioning, you know, from a young kid to a teenager, it was happening. Everywhere I went and, you know, and everywhere I went and tried to talk to of the people, despite these cold stares and laughter following me at that time. Despite of all this, I didn't want to give them any attention or satisfaction to what they wanted in that time. I'm starting to learning now that opinions don't matter. What I feel about myself should matter before then. Just to clear it. I try not to give up, regardless of my whirlwind and wave of emotions and thoughts that keeps running through my head and haunted me as a young child to my teens. I felt that I had a large weight on my shoulders, which I did at that moment of time, however, and that I felt that I had expectations and shoes to fill, you know, and accomplish for my family, and also trying to learn for myself at that time. And most of that weight that was weighing down on me, however, needed to be dealt with and make me feel light again, so that I am, you know, so that I can enjoy being that young, sweet girl that I had, full of dreams, visions, passions, and being energetic and bubbly like any young child would be. Despite what I've been through, I should say, my parents, who I love and thank them for supporting me through all of this, has taught me some very valuable life lessons along the way, regardless. These were obviously, to this day, to what I live up to is, you know, I am beautiful, I am smart, I can do anything in my willpower to be who I want to be. You know, I am somebody. I have a purpose in my life. I have a dream, you know, like anybody. Do what I love and what makes me happy. Give everything a go, and the list goes on of all these expectation, values, and morals that they've instilled on me of what I choose to believe in. As the years passed on, however, or passed by, I knew deep down my parents were right, and that despite these challenges I was facing, as well as these setbacks I had, that I can change myself and transform it into a beautiful butterfly, as I call myself. Along with some of the situations I've been through, I can change some of these, but not all of them, as well as knowing what battles I can fight and what ones I can't. I know that I have the power over my life, as well as the choices I can make obviously starts and ends with me. I'm now starting to try and fulfill my purpose and destiny in my life of doing what I can that's right for me and no one else. I know along the way, though, despite it all, I can't please everyone. I know that my life journey, as I said before, may be a lonely one, even if it means that I'm going to do it alone. Because obviously there will be, at this time, I believe, that, you know, not many people will be there for the good and the bad times. Just, you know, give me high praises with my successes along the way. It's about finding who's right, you know, the right ones in my circle, as I said before. Being the person who and what I want to be and become, I want to and decided to at least break down the walls of some of the defenses and other walls that was actually blocking my path, as well as breaking down all these labels that was labeled on me, so I can be at least and trust others that came into my life for whatever reason, purpose, and a season. Some of these situations I know that I've been through, however, won't get me anywhere. As I said again, based on my everyday choices, it's up to me. But also within these everyday choices, it's about also having the right attitude and thoughts that I know I can go places. Despite that, it will take little steps at a time to know where this place of the unknown is going to take me. Sure as hell, it will be scary. I'll admit this. Yet by faith and with faith, anything is possible and real. I've been reading and researching, as well as, with reading these self-help books and just maybe many people sharing their life stories and journeys of what they've been through versus of all these situations I've shared with you, be it shyness, social anxiety, depression, OCD and the like. I have decided to try at least push myself harder and out of my nest of comfort once more and try to engage with the people around me by communicating and socializing with others around me in that social group. I believe that anything is possible, and that I know in my heart I'm forever changing, and yes, change can be scary as hell. Yet it's great as it will open your eyes as well as my eyes to see the things that you've never seen or experienced before. Taking these baby steps is better than none at all, however, I've learnt. I'm still today trying to get better with what I'm facing despite of all these labels, depression, social anxiety, shyness, social awkwardness, and more. And I'm doing it all on my own, however, and for me. Me only, no one else but me. I'm not trying to get an award or maybe many people may think seeking attention for all of this. No, far from it. I'm doing this to reach out towards my goals, purpose, and destiny in my life and no one else's, as well as hopefully maybe reaching out to others to share my life story and journey so far, as I have done so many times. I may not get a lot of people to understand me, but that's fine. To understand me in a way of as a person or as someone different, or as I said before, as I label myself a beautiful butterfly. I may not get a lot of people maybe as friends along the way, like I've learnt. I may be getting under people's skin, but I know there is a reason and purpose I may be getting under their skin, as what my dad shared with me a few nights ago, that he feels that there's a purpose in my life right now, where I'm going right now, with certain people that has reached out to me so far, be it whatever their life experience is, for example, depression, cancer, and the like. So who knows where this journey will take me, however, of what my dad's telling me right now. I believe also, though, that it's okay that everyone's life is has a journey, and obviously, within that journey, their journey is different to mine. I've learned also basically in life, everyone's life is different. Despite that, yes, we may come to a situation that is similar to everyone else around us. I also believed, or decided, shall we say, to walk in faith, knowing that I can do what I'm supposed to do in life and taking that lead on my own by confidence. Confidence is the key. I can see as I transform into this little caterpillar into a beautiful butterfly, some things that I have to do for myself. And for those situations that I'm facing and dealing with, basically for myself, may take time and longer than others in my life. But that doesn't matter also. As again, I'll say that everyone's life and journey is different. It's no race to the finish line. It should be a life and a journey for everyone to enjoy every moment in their life, what we have and can have in this moment of time. I believe that with the everyday struggles that we have faced, as well as myself, as well as what is to come to face, that there's a reason behind it. And despite this reasoning or purpose of those, situations we face, it's up to us to conquer it or just to avoid it at all costs. Again, the choice starts with us, obviously. I believe also that regardless of the situations that we face, it will make us a stronger person, and that it will change us for the better, and also for us to become what we are choosing to become. And despite all of these everyday situations that I face and struggle, I am forever grateful that I'm still alive and breathing and kicking, and I'm forever blessed to still be alive and actually sharing my life stories and journey with you all by giving you all hope. We all have a plan and a purpose in life. We can be who we want to be. So what I'm saying here is stay true and real to yourself. Know that you're not alone. Despite these everyday situations we face, that you have a plan and purpose and destiny in life. No matter where it is, it may be hard. You're not alone. Everyone is obviously facing some sort of battle and struggle in their own everyday life, and no matter what that may be, hopefully the choice starts with you and ends with you, regardless of what you're facing. And hopefully maybe you can reach out to someone that you can trust and actually share your story or share what's on your mind. So don't forever feel trapped that you think that you're going to be mocked or teased, because I'm obviously one of a testimony right now, sharing my life story along with many others that are sharing their life stories of what they go through, of their battle scars and their wars of what they're going through. Well, basically this ends one of my tags right now, as I shared the honesty tag of my life story with shyness and social anxiety. Please give me the like and thumbs up for support. Also comment below maybe your stories or what you feel about this video or what have you. I challenge you all maybe to do the same, to share your life story as I'm doing right now. It's up to you, no pressure. I understand that many people are still probably having that food for thought, shall I, shan't I, playing in their mind with their story. Feel free to basically also private message me on AspieAnswersAll, basically, if you feel the need, happy to rant, rave, or even just share a topic that you feel I should address on my, channel. But yeah, mine, like I said, I'm all about mental health and awareness versus, just hoping to share my life stories and whatever else. Also, if you haven't done so, subscribe to my channel. Feel free to do so. Also feel free to basically, while subscribing, as I said, basically, I'm hoping to give you guys weekly, daily updates of what's going on, as well as what I've shared so many times before about my book journey, which I'm still trying to edit that video and let you know into that of what's happening there if you're interested. Also, feel free to share these videos to family and friends of some of the ones that I feel that needs to be shared as an encouragement, motivational tool to others around us, basically, to let them know that they're not alone, and even to educate them or whatever their other reasons is behind all this. So, without further ado, thanks for watching, thanks for your support, love what you do what you love, be kind to yourself, be kind to others, love yourself, love others, forgive others as well as yourself. Until next time, I'll see you all again soon.